All right, everybody, let's get it. See if we get anything here in this macro right now. Not really seeing anything too exciting. I do see this low here. This daily fair value gap that we've been targeting. I see this as my sell side target that I mentioned on my X account at the beginning of the week. I'm starting to see this come into play right now. We're dipping into this one here. It's a big bullish SMT. Dipping into here, but we're staying higher up here. Staying way higher here. This is nice. If we stay bullish here today, that's a good sign on YM. If we stay bearish here, that's a good sign to keep trading lower. I would like to see that. Obviously, there's a lot of equal highs on dollar. Eventually, we're going to get up there at some point, but we want to see if dollar wants to reject here or keep blowing through, and I want to see it keep blowing through, but it doesn't matter what I want, it matters what I see. So we'll see what happens in this area here. We got this entire big daily fair value gap. Gonna make that big blue, not daily, it's a weekly fair value gap. Let's see, we're trading off of this higher time frame PD array. If we break this low, dip into this fair value gap as well, that's a good sign. Let's see how far down it really wants to go, because now we have the hourly fair value gap. We go down to a 15-minute. We could probably refine this even more. 15-minute fair value gap down a little lower. 5-minute, probably go a little lower. Yeah, you can get into this bigger time frame displacement. Depends how far down this thing really wants to go. We got that 5-minute fair value gap right there. That possibly lines right in with 50% of this whole range here. Yeah, the bottom of it lines right up with 50% of the whole range. But yeah, we got a lot of PD arrays down here that we might be reaching for. We got bearish SMT, so we got a higher high here, lower high there. We're staying lower here. We're coming down, retesting this fair value gap here. I know we got these equal highs, but I don't want to fuck with those. We want to pay attention to this fair value gap on the 15-second here. It's obviously distributing here. Looks like it's staying heavy. I'm not entering this trade, but this is what I'm seeing here. I'm likely to be wrong on this, so I'm not taking it. Alright, we just inverted it anyway. Once we got those equal highs up above, I wouldn't want to fuck with that. As you can tell, I think we could reach up to here as well, because we inverted this now. Here we go, 15-second inversion, just push that higher. All it takes is just one good trade to make a good fat increase on the account. We've been doing good all of last month, pretty much all this month. Yesterday I took two trades according to my trading plan. So I would say that is a win on the day when it comes to focus, execution. Even though the first one was a loss. It was a very minimal loss compared to the account size. And the next one was a partial and a break even. I'm very happy with the outcome on the day. I used to be pissed and want to get it back like right away. I've basically come to reality that that's not how trading works. So I'm excited to see what happens today. Okay, we just pushed higher here. We still have that daily fair value gap. 15 minutes is pulled back into this range now. I would want to see this continue to work our way down lower at this point, because we are staying heavy. We just took out this internal high. Now we're in this order block. We also have the new week opening gaps that we're playing off of, wherever they are. New week opening gaps are right in here. So that's the load. Staying heavy here. We do have inversions. I'd like to see this close right down below this 1 minute for value gap now, and then continue lower to the downside. This 1 minute inversion. We close just like that, right down below this gap. In the next 5 seconds, close below here. I would say price would be targeting lower. Okay, we didn't close down below it, so that doesn't even involve an entry there. This is what I was looking at. If we did close down below that, this is what we'd be looking at, but we didn't close down below it. We also got to measure this range here. Okay, we came to 50%, which is good. Higher high, lower high, internal liquidity, equal lows. Daily fair value gap for us to reach down into. We're already trending bearish, so why would I want to try to get a reversal if we don't even have clear bullish SMT? And our 15-minute order flow is obviously bearish from fair value gaps. So all the bearish PD arrays have been respected. I want to mark out 50% of this 5-minute wick in case it does want to push up higher again and hit this 5-minute wick, bounce off of this inversion daily for value gap now, and push lower, which is this blue box. So come up, retest that blue box, come down towards this blue box. That's possible. We just create more accumulation in this range here. Push up, hit it, inversion, create another fair value gap, invert it, and then shoot towards the lows down there. That's possible as well. Or if we shoot down towards the lows, consolidate here, maybe make another equal highs here. So then we have all these highs above, equal highs here, shift down lower, something like this, a nice inversion, and then we target this high, and then up to these highs. Then we get a nice buy setup down here. That's possible too. We just gotta wait to see something that's high probability. I'm not trying to micromanage this bullshit kind of choppiness right now. I know it's July 17th. Summers are a little bit choppier, so I got to be cautious of that. Tomorrow, I believe we have... Yes, we have red folder news, unemployment claims today. It was just orange folder news, so medium impact. Not really that big of a deal. So, we'll see. Like, I'm still expecting some good movement today at some point. So we're about to invert this. Let's see if on a 30-second. So we're about to invert this on a 30-second. I'd want to see it invert on a 1 minute, but as of right now, this looks like it wants to work our way lower. But you want to see this on a 1 minute. We might leave before that. Look at this internal high was taken. These equal highs are taken out. Shifting lower. Yeah, this ain't too bad. So you wouldn't want to see price come back up above this high here. So entry here. Stop loss 20 points. So right about there. Targeting 20 points. Stops to break even. Boom, 20 points mat right there. Simple. I'd like to see that continue down even farther now. That was a pretty good setup. Not gonna lie. Digging down deeper into that daily fair value gap that we have here. We have a 5-minute fair value gap just a little bit lower if we dig down a little deeper. Three-minute close very well. That was a pretty good setup, to be honest. Just dug down deeper into that 5-minute for value gap I have marked up here, which is this blue box, which is way over here. Nice 5-minute for value gap we're digging down deeper into. We'll see how far down this bitch wants to go today. Just dug down deep into that 5-minute for value gap. We have 50% of that 5-minute for value gap. Now we're getting a reaction off of that 5-minute for value gap. We did not create those equal highs, which I was saying I kind of wanted to see up here. We did not get those, and we just took out these highs. So this is telling me price has a good probability of just continuing down, pulling back a little, then continuing down. Mm, 4-minute close heavy, 5 minutes about to close pretty heavy. If we get a strong reaction here and then another retest and maybe more SMTs like this, that might be a good sign to go long. So that morning macro did play out with the short that we were anticipating already. So we're just gonna wait till 1020 to 1040. This macro over here is gonna be it's gonna paint a better picture for us. This 2 minute looks sexy too. If we invert this 2 minute, that might be good looking. Trade down, higher time frame PD array. 5 minute did not close good though, so I'd want to see 5 minutes start pushing. That's the only problem I have right now. Because right now the trend is obviously bearish, it's heavy. Catching an early reversal and signs of just bearishness is very, very hard. It's like trying to pick a bottom. When it's best, probably just to sit out this morning until something's like really clear, even if we do get a pattern slash inversions. Because that short did play out. I mean, that was a valid short. Pay attention to that 3 minute time frame and how these 3 minute candles are closing. Yeah, so they had SMTs. They failed, obviously. We're in this weekly for value gap here on dollar. Yep. Push higher here. Get this range to fill in. So bearish on the indices. Wow, this is going to keep fucking falling. Yeah. Shit, man. It's crazy. It's annoying that I missed out on it, but it is what it is. Target maybe these NWOGs down here. Huge gap down here. We could be even targeting down here. Huge gap in price action down here. Big ass volume balance. That might be our next target down there. I'm not trying to catch the counter trend to this. The reversal. Fuck that. Let's see where this 15 minute lands in the next 6 minutes. Ah. Already moved like about 100 points already. That's wild. That is so wild. It's likely to keep moving too. This is heavy. They're all falling through here. I'm journaling this trade in my notes right now. That's what you should be doing with every trade setup that lines up like with your plan. Just journal it. Type like what happened, where the entry was, what you did well, what you could do better, what mistakes you made. Let's see where we are on the chart now. Still trading lower. We're still heavy. Notice how it's a new 4-hour candle. We're only like 14 minutes into it. We traded down into this gap here. We filled in this 4-hour gap that we have marked up. Daily time frame. Filled in most of this gap here. We can even mark up 50% of this daily just to have this on our chart in case we do get a bullish reaction and then we do get a retest of that area. I'll mark up. Not really anything there. Let's see if we do get a bullish reaction, trading lower, 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 staying higher here on YM. So there is bullish SMT when you look at YM here. Dollar is rejecting here. Let's see if that ends up inversing and wanting to come back down lower. So that would push us back higher. You're not in a macro right now, so we're going to wait. Our macro starts in about 5 minutes or so. When we get over here. So just going to observe this price action. Do we get up into this range, retest this order block, push higher, and then we create some more distribution to keep selling off, or what do we do? Let's just see what we get. We don't have enough information on the chart right now. It's not really that clear. Take all this off my chart here. Take this off. Take that off. Take that off. Take that off. Take that off. And take this macro off here. This is what we're looking at now. This next macro that's about to come. Got a bullish reaction there. We got a 3-minute for value gap here, but we don't have SMT at the wicks yet. That's the only issue I have right now. 3-minute for value gap. There's a 2-minute for value gap here. So this would be a 2-minute for value gap inversion if we do close up above that. We also have a 1-minute for value gap that's sitting up above here. SMT is at these wicks right now, so I would be anticipating price to keep moving higher. That's not high probability for me yet. There's relative equal highs, but there's like nothing clear. Like this took liquidity and then I shifted down. So like that's kind of like telling me this is just bearish order flow. And we want to take internal liquidity and keep moving lower. So I'm going to be watching this for a value gap here. We're bouncing off 50% of that. There. I wonder if we're going to see like some type of like retest into here. Maybe into here. In some way, shape, or form. Nice inversion or whatever. Keep trading down. Or if we're going to just trade lower here. Some inversion here. Push higher. Or if we push higher first. Push higher first. Create some equal highs there. Trade down. Create an inversion. To go long into here. 50% of this range. 50% of this range would be right about here, which would be right about this area. So let me type on this bitch. That's gonna be the daily one there. Okay, we have SMTs here. We have an order block. So that's a bullish PDF right here. As well, we just closed the 3-minute about 50%. We didn't invert it though. That's a bullish order block here though. We'll see how that plays out. We didn't invert anything over here yet. I'm still just not going to do anything. Plan still says to wait. If you guys got any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. There's 2 week order block here. See how that wants to hold out. Weekly, we're still heavy. I wouldn't mind seeing this range being taken out, internal liquidity, and then a continuation up. I know we got bearish SMT in the daily time frame. It's part of the reason why I don't want to take a fucking buy right now either. I want to see it trade up into the premium. We just inverted a 5 minute for value gap. I want to see it trade into this premium up here. And then a continuation up. I mean, a distribution down. So hit up into this premium. And then a distribution here. And then a continuation down. I want this 1 hour to still close bearish. You can allow it to pull back a little bit. We're in our new macro. We inverted this 3 minute here. We hit this area. We inverted this 5 minute. Personally, I think it's going to fail because we don't have SMTs with these lows. Ooh, I do like these equal highs. If we do smack this fucking low and create SMT, I do like that. I do like that. So that's why we're patient here. Got equal highs up here. Equal highs here. Alright. So mark this up right now. We got these equal highs sitting right there. So that'd be buy side. I want to see those stay there. I don't necessarily want to see those get broken right now. I know we're in this order block. Because look, we don't even have SMT down here. I'd like to see this come down in a way, inversion, and then come take these equal highs. Inversion here, entry there. So it makes a lower low here, but we stay higher here. So we just pull back down into this gap. And then we get another inversion there, and we got these equal highs. Target into here, and boom, that's my trade of the day. Because I'm not necessarily anticipating a massive buy. I'm not, it could happen. But just based on the overall higher time frame structure, I'm not seeing that form out. I want to see it just completely wreck people. I wanted to just see, oh, early buyers down here get smacked. And then we actually get the buy. And everybody's like, oh, we're going to go bullish. Then we actually get the sell again. That's what I want to see. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to observe this 5 minute inversion. If it plays out, cool. It's not part of my trading plan. It does not look good. So I'm just going to wait on more information on the chart. I'm going to go get another coffee and take a piss. I'll be right back. I had to put a hat on too. My hair's annoying me. Alright, cool. Go backwards. That might be a little bit better. Because this is the 5 minute for value gap I'm really want to observe up here. What the fuck happened right there? Pulling back down into this range here. We did have a little distribution of this high being taken, but that's all right. Notice how this 15 minutes now. I'm going to close possibly bearish again. Staying heavy over here. We might honestly just miss the boat. Might not even get up into there. Sorry, my mic was muted. Damn it. What I was saying here is that we came up and closed up above this, and I was saying watch this inversion, but we have no SMTs here. So that's holding me back from not taking this trade. It's not because of fear, it's because I'm focused on quality execution. And I was saying I want to see if we do get a sell-off and then a buy-up with bullish SMTs at the higher time frame lows, which would be the 5 minute lows. So this would be a lower low, this would be a higher low. That would make me want to observe this trade a little bit more. because we do have some relative equal highs sitting right up here. Alright, looks like we're going to close up above that again. Because now we have SMTs with these wicks. Higher low, lower low. If you get a close up above this candle here, 50% of this wick here, that could be bullish, but does not look like we're going to get that. Just made more equal highs. You see these equal highs here. Traded lower once again, higher here. It's one or the other, baby. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Dig deeper in this 1 minute for value gap, staying higher here, more equal highs. It's just not something I'd want to be in. Okay, we're about to get a 1 minute closure there. 2 minute as well, that's bullish. That's bullish right here. 20 points. Stops to break even already. Anticipating to here. To here. And this gap up there. So if we get a 1 minute closure above that 50% of that 1 minute wick, then we're good. Get a lower low, higher low here on that inversion. Not the highest quality setup, but it was there. I'm just gonna wait and see what we get now. If we get up into this gap here, 20 points, it'd bring us to the 29 points. To the 36 points there. Higher high. We got a 30-second for value gap here. I wonder if we're going to invert this for value gap and trade lower. Like I said, I want to see this 5-minute gap reach, which would be up here. Okay, we closed up above that. Now we can use this as an order block. We're in the order block right now. We already hit this swing low. Trade up to this high. Give it a good 1R or whatever. It's bullish order flow, baby. Two-minute close up above that. 3 minutes close above this inversion. We got this high up here, like I've been saying. Give a little pullback down to this order block here, just where we are now. There's a rip up into here. It's possible. Let's see. Let's see everybody get faked back into thinking it's bullish again. One more fat leg higher. Or leave these equal highs. If we're going bullish, these order blocks gotta hold here. Bearish S&T in the 15-minute wicks now. We haven't tapped this for value gap on dollar yet. We're just leaving the macro now. So we got another 10 minutes for the next one. Let's see what price action we get in the next 10 minutes. Fucking nothing. There's some sloppy price action right now. Now we have a lower low, higher low, inversion on the 1 minute time frame. I'd say this is likely to push price higher from here. I'd want to see this gap reached. Just this 20 points right there. You can consider us in this breaker here. Draw that out. Still want to wait for something a little bit more probability here. Notice how we're not even in the macro and we're still just chopping around here. I like that we're creating equal highs now. Even more. I do come down and smack these lows at some point. I'm gonna have to put our next macro in, man. 1050. $11.10. Buy side obviously up above right now. Is there any forms of equal lows in here? Somewhat, but nothing too equal that makes me jump at the chart. Oh man. This is the name of the fucking game of trading though, man. It's gotta stick to your plan. Just watch this paint dry if you need to. Low, higher low. We're in this 5-minute fair value gap now that I've been mentioning for a while now. So you want to watch this 5-minute fair value gap. How does this bitch react? Okay. Let's put 50% of this thing on there. That'll be 50% of that gap there. We do have a 1-minute gap a little higher. We're just not getting like clean price action for like what I want to take an entry on. I mean, you can kind of expect bullshit like this. We have yellow folder news. We have what else we got? Yellow folder news, a big range. The big range, you can expect a consolidation in the morning of a New York session, which we're getting. It'd be nicer if that big range didn't happen in London, but it happened today in New York. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We hit the gap. Now we're getting displacement to the downside. No fair value gaps that I want to trade off of. 5-second time frame has a nice distribution, but we're not trading a 5-second time frame here. I mean, we got a lower high, obviously. High there. Shifted lower. Pushed up into this fair value gap here. Traded lower. So inverted this 5-second after hitting the high, distributed. I mean, this isn't terrible. Shorting to here, this fair value gap. Relative equal lows down here. Coming back down into this range now. Big displacement. We're now going to have a fair value gap in here. Let's see if that inverts. Just traded down, took out this internal low. We're staying higher here. You know, this 1-minute fair value gap that's about to be in place here in the next 20 seconds. I'm not as interested in that. I'd like to see this trade lower. We're now on our... no, we're not yet. We got 2 minutes left for our macro. Well, about a minute left. So we'll see what happens after that macro comes in. We got this low here. We could take out this low here. We could take out. Let's extend those over. Even if this does inverse, I'm not interested in taking a long up in this premium here because we already took out buy side. I'm more interested of it going higher first and then taking a short after. Like something like this. Inversion. Take it down. These lows. Or might be the end of the macro. We get something. Maybe we do trade down and we get it something over here. Ooh, 5 minutes bearish as fuck. Just inverted. This 1 minute here. Trade it down. I am really not interested in longing, honestly. Oh man, this didn't give me anything I wanted. Some type of retracement up into here might be pretty good. Something. Like those equal lows down there. If it keeps these equal lows, we push higher, get SMT up here. Oh my god, I love that. Oh my god, if you don't think market's programmed yet, look at that shit. There she goes, taking out that internal low there. See if it trades lower or not. Our gap exactly closed. Crazy. 1 minute order block. Retest, trade lower. So now we got these equal highs here too. I'm not interested in longing this shit down here. But if we do get an inversion on the 30-second, I'm going to observe it and tape read it. Just don't have the equal highs like I want to trade on. Like I know this morning is going to be a little bit sus. Like if we just bounce out this order block here, but we trade lower here in an inversion, it's possible for that macro reversal there. So another 5-minute fair value gap here. 5-minute order block. See if this just wants to stay bearish or not. So now we have this breaker now. This might be what we're playing on. There's this breaker. If we get this 30-second inversion right here, I wonder if price wants to continue lower or not. Oh man, it looks like it's gone too. A short right here. And then it's long, just a continuation down. I mean, you gotta look at what we just did here, this 5 minute for value gap. We just fucked this 5 minute for value gap, as well as this order block here. Okay. We inverted this 30-second. We have a 30-second for value gap now here as well. So we'd want to see price stay down below this 30-second for value gap right there. We're in our macro. We're already bearish. 15 minutes still looking heavy. Just don't see SMT yet here. I mean, yeah, we actually deal with YM. Lower high, higher high. I'm not trying to micromanage this bitch right now. But I'd say it's higher probability still for this short. Stopped above this high here. Even though we just inverted this again, that's fine. Got relative equal lows. Take everything off the screen. I think this is bearish order flow here. I have no positions open on anything. I don't think it's high probability yet. Because we can still mark up this range here. My rules stay away to 50% of this range anyway. Let's see, we got about 11 more minutes to see if we can find a trade. I haven't taken anything yet today. It's kind of been choppy. I was tape reading this trade here at 9:59. We sold off. I would say like that's a B setup. I don't really like trading continuations like that. I'm more of like a reversal guy. But that was I'd say B setup. Because we had all these equal highs up above. We never gravitated up and taking those, but we took internal highs with SMTs, which is fine. So we continued down. This was all just chop. Nothing really high probability in here. Waiting for something to happen, anticipating something to happen, never even happened. I was looking at this 30-second inversion to see if this inversion is going to play out. Just tape reading it because it's not high probability because we're in the discount of this range here. Rather wait for a premium. Or wait for this low to be taken to see if we do get a buy reversal. That's high probability, but at the same time, I don't want to look for that buy because we're rejecting a 5 minute fair value gap here. 5 minute fair value gap here. So just gonna watch and see. Do we continue down or not? We got a 15 minute fair value gap down here. If you want to reach down, new week opening gaps. Then we could potentially reach. So let's see, we got 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Let's see what we get next 10 minutes. This 3 minute closes down below these candles. I'd say that's a good probability for the short still. Right now it's best just to wait. Let's look at this one as well. Equal lows here. Drawn liquidity. Are we bullish here? We are bullish here. 15 minutes very bullish. 5 minutes going bullish. So it's a good sign on dollar for this to go bearish. One minute, 2 minutes. 2 minutes looking heavy here. That looks good. That looks good. You got a few minutes, about a minute left in the 3 minutes, so you want to see this close heavy as well. This is just choppy, man. The thing is, we could always question too, are we gonna go hit the low, create an inversion setup, and then go hit the buy side again? With a good inversion setup if we smack the low with no entry. So we got this fair value gap up here that hasn't been met yet. Eventually we want to come rebalance that. Look at that, we have a lower low here, higher low here. It's bullish SMT. We're pushing higher now. We're about to get a 30-second closure. That's bullish. Using this order block now. Let's see if that holds in place to push it up towards this high. Okay, it's obviously not. Some shitty price action today. I'll say that. 3 minute never close bearish though either. Alright, we got about 6 minutes left. Let's see where we're at in 6 minutes. So our macro runs from 10:50 to 11:10. Usually this is my entry time frame. But if you look at this price action, how does any of this look clear? Nothing's like clear for entry. Nothing. And if we hit this low here and we hit this low here, there's no SMTs involved. So that just says to me that this could be just a continuation, even if we get this 5 minute closure like this. Look at that. Look at that fair value gap retest. I'd look at this order block now for a retest for a continuation short. Something like this. So entry there, 20 points. Potentially lower. Like I don't see this as bullish. I don't want to take a buy. This breaker's playing out here. Okay. Stops. If I was in this, stops to break even already. We'd hit this low. It's likely to be hit out of break even. This is like a pretty quick trade. We took out buy side here, shifted lower instantly. I'd still say it's valid, even though we do have some SMTs. But I'd like to say I get failed if this trade's lower here. So it's not high probability, man. I'm not trying to like micro pick bullshit setups. Yeah, a lot, like last night's setup happened in London last night. Or this morning. Like, and it happened like quick for a continuation. There we go. Right back to break even. But we have bullish SMT, so I got to keep that in mind. If we do get this rejection and a really strong displacement higher, we have a 1 minute inversion for value gap. Wait a second. Nah, maybe not. Maybe we don't even have an inversion. No, we don't. We got no inversions here. Not even on a 15-second? What the fuck? 2 minutes, very bearish. 2 minute order blocks going higher. 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna observe this. We bullish here still? Yep, 5 minute bullish closure on dollar. So yeah, this shit's still bearish. They go to the 5 minute, like how does that look to you? You know, retested this 5 minute gap, shifted lower, retested this 5 minute gap, shifted lower. 15-second inversion right here. Equal lows lower. Even a short here is not too bad. Took out this internal high there. This is just too low of a time frame for me. It's not really... This is not part of my trading plan because... Yes, this is like a breaker setup here on this breaker. But we're also at the low of like this range. I don't want to look for continuation there. Kind of like up here. We're at the low. And when we had equal highs up here, where I'd like to see these equal highs hit, and then some type of reversal here to go lower towards these equal lows, I would have shorted here, or somewhere within here. Just like this. I don't want to short here, when if we just buy up here, take out this high, and then we get a short within here. Or if we trade lower, with more SMTs, inversion to buy up, and target equal highs within here. I'd rather see something like that. So like I know what I'm looking for, which is like only comes with like experience and like data collection. Whereas people that are new like don't know what they're looking for. And they try to guess like, oh, I think it's gonna move here. I'm gonna get FOMO now and get in. Where it's like, I don't have that as much anymore. Like it still happens, but like it does not nearly as much as it used to because I know what I'm looking for now. Because look at that. If I was in that short, oh, it looked like it was going to go short. Now think about it. If I was in that short, I'd be getting completely smacked right now. Because that was an emotional, like, thought process. Because I wasn't following the plan. Just because we hit this gap, had this order block, looked like it was going to continue short. Now you'd be in drawdown. Or stop loss. Now I think we just got a massive shift of structure. There's no fair value gaps here for me to take a long in. Looks like it's going to go to this high, possibly up to this fair value gap. 50% of this range now. Which would be right here. We have the displacement. It looks like we're going to go there. And then maybe even up to this fair value gap here. It's up here. So I'll actually mark this up. Because the paintbrush went down here, but we never came back up above it. Let's look at that. We came down to the paintbrush, but we never came back up above it. Just like here, it came down to the paintbrush, but we came back up and rebalanced it. So looking for that there, possibly. We have a breaker now here. This might be a breaker entry. To go long. Bullish for value gap. This would need to hold. We can tap down into it. Like, look at that speed and displacement at the end of the macro. It's now 11:10, so it's the end of the macro here. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but look at this for value gap as well. We have these order blocks here, paired with that 30-second order block here that got broken, so it's now a breaker. Let's see if that wants to send price up higher. We got to pay attention to this fair value gap here. We can get traded down into. We want to see it act as a form of support if we do get down into there. I'm not taking this. It's outside of my time frame. I usually do not enter after 11:10, but I'm going to observe it because this is just like what I do. I'll record in my notes. It's higher time frame. We still are bearish, but look at that reversal of that order block we had. We had a bearish order block. We came up, reversed it. Just based on the conditions we have today, it wouldn't be surprising if we just still get a continuation down. And then this analysis would be wrong. Hence is why I'm not entering right now. It's not a good time to enter. So look at that. If this was in our macro time, if we had better price action, and if we had equal highs up here that were not yet met, because we hit this high up here, in this 5 minute for value gap, that would have given this trade so much more probability of winning. But since we did not have that, and we left equal lows here, if we had all of what I just said up here, then that would have been a higher probability of it winning. So that's just a thing for your notes to have. We tapped that 5 minute for value gap again. We're selling off. Since we're selling off again after doing that, we failed this inversion. We inverted this gap. Gun to my head, I think we're still going lower. 15 minute time frame. It's obviously bearish. Obviously bearish. Tapped the 15 minute for value gap on NQ, but we didn't over here, so it's bearish order flow. We're bullish on dollar. So this 1 minute inversion looks like now, because we failed it. We failed this fair value gap and this breaker. So that failed. Now if we're going to go bearish, we got these equal lows. At this inversion here. I'm not taking this. I'm just tape reading it. Conditions are obviously trash right now. Like, this has just been so much chop this morning. A PM's probably going to be better. Like, watch this come up above and invert this gap here, and then give us another bullish bias. It's just like what ICT says. Like, you got to know when your setups are going to work. It's really dependent on time when the algorithm's going to work. And, like, right now, I don't think it's a good time. And price action is saying it's seek and destroy kind of conditions. Like, look at this little bit of chop. Chop, chop, chop. Oh, we think everybody's going to go bullish. Comes out, take out internal. Chop, chop, chop. Everybody's still bearish. And it comes up and takes them out. Comes down, take this low out. Oh, we think we're going to go bullish again. Takes this low out. And it's just like taking like both sides all the time. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Whereas there's a good entry here. I don't trade London, but I'll find a setup. I'll find a setup real quick for London. Dude, it's all like trend continuation. Yeah, I would say within here. It's obviously trending bearish. We come into this fair value gap. We invert this one right here. Even this breaker. Or even up into here. We push higher. But there's no SMTs. So even then, this is kind of like sloppy all the way down. This isn't too bad right there. Alright, I'm about to hop off here though. We got bearish SMTs at these wicks now. We're about to get another closure. This doesn't look too bad for a sell. There we go. Let's see, just continue down now. We'd want to see this continue down, fail this SMT that we have right now. Just stupid price action right now, outside of the macro. All right, but take it easy, guys. Love you all. Peace out.